What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in for another video. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. You know, we're really trying to grow this channel. We're pumping out 3 videos a week right now. And really would appreciate you to hit that subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. If you guys are also new, go back and check out. We got a bunch of great content on the channel. You know, all of it is designed to help you guys catch more bass. You know, that's the goal of my channel. So hopefully you guys can learn something from the channel. But today I want to talk a little bit about a situation that occurred at Lake Champlain. So, you know, I kind of had one of those dreaded situations happen overnight between day 1 and day 2 of the tournament. And this one little feature, I guess you call it a feature, one piece of equipment that I added to my boat every year totally saved my tournament and took me from not even making the cut, no check, and saved the day, allowed me to finish 5th place and get a nice paycheck out of the deal. So this one feature, piece of equipment, saved my entire tournament. So we're going to dive in and talk all about that and really give you the details on exactly why this situation happened. Okay, so we fished at the Chowan River, packed up the truck and boat, and drove directly to Lake Champlain for the Tackle Warehouse Invitational. So we get up there, you know, we get unpacked, get loaded up for practice, everything. You know, I go out and practice, a few hard days of practice, and I mean, these were long days of practice, and I was planning on bed fishing in this tournament. So I was very hard on my trolling motor, you know, really putting a lot of use on my RELiON lithium batteries. You know, I was fishing about, I don't know, 14 to 16 hours a day and keeping that trolling motor on 7 to 10. So I was really burning them up, fishing really hard. And they were lasting great all day long, you know, no issues whatsoever during practice. So fast forward to the first day of the tournament, I go out and I'm doing my little deal, you know, I'm fishing around, no issues all day long. Kind of just scoping around fishing. I was pretty hard on the trolling motor the first day. You know, it was a little bit windy that day, so I was fishing, you know, pretty high on the trolling motor to get from zone to zone where the fish were. And then we come home after the first day of the tournament. I plug in my battery charger. Everything's good. It lights up. Everything's charging. We unhitch the boat, go to dinner, come back, go to bed. I wake up the next morning and come out and there's no power, nothing, no lights. So we had the dreaded incident where the breaker tripped some point between when I plugged it in and went to dinner and the next morning. So it was kind of a rookie mistake not checking it when I came back from dinner, because it quite possibly could have blown before we went to bed. But regardless of the situation, we had the breaker blow. So therefore, I got no charge on my battery. So that's never a good thing. That is a extremely bad situation, especially when you're being very hard on your trolling motor and trolling around, scoping these open water fish. So second day of the tournament, I would say about 10 o'clock. So I've fished the entirety of the first day, say from 6 a.m. to 3:30. Extremely hard on my trolling motor, and then we go out the next day and again I'm extremely hard on my trolling motor. Well, eventually I kill my normal set of trolling motor batteries. I have totally worn them out because they did not charge the night before. So this is where the situation arises for the extra battery. Let me come over to this side so you guys can see. So right here are my 3 RB100. You know, this is my 12-volt trolling motor batteries. This is what, you know, I use day in and day out for my trolling motors. But right here, this guy right here is an RB36 volt, 40 amp hour. So this single battery can power my trolling motor for 40 amp hours. You know, these 3 are 12-volt batteries, but they ran in conjunction. They make 36 volt and they have 100 amp hours. So basically, you know, you look at batteries like a fuel tank. So amp hours is relative to gallons if we're talking about a fuel tank. So this These three basically have 100 gallons of battery, and this one has 40 gallons or amp hours of power in this battery. So basically, I can take this plug right here, unplug it from the 3 12-volt batteries, and plug it directly into my 36-volt battery, and I got another 40 amp hours of power. And that right there, that totally saved my tournament. You know, had I not had this extra 36-volt battery in the boat to allow me to swap over and finish out the day using this extra fuel tank, as I like to call it, totally saved my tournament, allowed me to finish out the day strong. I jumped all the way up to 5th place. Had a great tournament, got a nice paycheck, but this one single piece of equipment totally saved my tournament at Lake Champlain. And really, it's just nobody's fault but my own. I mean, the breaker tripped at the house. I didn't check it before we went to bed. And thankfully, I was prepared for the situation with the extra RELiON RB 36-volt in the boat, ready to go. Simply plug it in, save the day of fishing. So a lot of people look at this battery setup and say, man, this is overkill. You don't need all these batteries in the boat. But that exact situation right there is the reason I have this extra guy in the boat. And I mean, if you look at the grand scheme of things, having this battery in here would have cost me $17,000 that I ended up getting for 5th place. So in the grand scheme of things, it is worth being prepared, especially at the highest level like we are. So appreciate you guys tuning in. I just wanted to share that little story with you about the equipment in my boat. And you know, like I said, I got a lot of comments that said it's overkill, but I wanted to give this quick little update and explanation on exactly why I run this setup that I have in my boat. I feel like this is the perfect battery setup, and I am glad I had the boat set up this way. So appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you learned something. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time.